Howdy y'all, thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of a Kickstarter I just got in, Earth. Actually really excited about this one, and just like usual I started out zoomed out so I can show you the kind of the playmats. These weren't a necessity, but one of the reasons I got this game was because of the beautiful artwork. So you can see the playmat here for laying out your 4x4 grid, and these are for per player. You can just see some of the artwork, which I'm sure we're going to see these in the game too. And they even came in their own box here. I'm going to hope to see if we can't get them inside of the box, so I don't have to carry an extra box. But if not, there is that extra little box to carry them in. But let's get to the game. So this was the all-in that I just got. Like I said, it came with the playmats. We got some promos and stuff in here that we're going to go through. But first we're going to go into the box. And you can see, like, it's the same beautiful art on this box, all over the box. So, all types of beautiful art in this game. As we can see here, it is a game for 1 to 5 players for ages 14 plus. It takes about 45 to 90 minutes to play. And then you can kind of see here, it's got all of its components there. Lets us know there's 283 cards. From what I understand, this is just like in the vein of like Terraforming Mars and whatnot, where each card is unique and different. And then you can see there's kind of just the layout. And then here's where you're going to be putting your grid out and whatnot. And let you know it's got simultaneous prosperity and stackable wood pieces. So what they mean by the simultaneous prosperity is this is one of those games that you're going to choose to do an action for your turn, and whatever action you choose to do, everybody else at the table gets to do something based off that action. So it basically makes it where the downtime will be, there won't be any downtime because you're going to be basically doing something every time somebody else does something. So unless someone's just hung up on AP, shouldn't have very much downtime. You can see, say beautiful art inside the box. Of course, this has also got all the names for the backers, which I'm sure we're on there, but All right, we got the rule book here, and I'm just going to, so as I zoom back out, give you a better look at the rule book so you can see how dense the words are or how it's laid out and whatnot. So we got page 1, which is the components right here. Then we get into the card information, turn action overview, activating abilities, and watering, placing sprouts and gaining soil. So about, looks like 9 pages for the rules altogether. Yep, before we get into scoring. So not too bad here, about average. Then it's got a solo mode, and then a team mode. All right, let's get back into the box. We got an achievement sheet here. I've seen these like in Scythe and stuff like that. I'll probably just get a copy of this to write on achievements. But pretty cool. Then we have this board, which from what I understand is supposed to have the goals that y'all are working towards together. I notice they are different. Probably goes with the player counts. Let's see if I saw something that said player counts, but I don't really at the moment. But it could just be me missing it. Alright. And then what is this? So these are each individual player's boards. So you're going to have your grid you're going to be laying your cards on, but then you're going to have your board. And on this board, so these are the actions you'll be taking. The top action is when you take it. So hence this one, you get 6 of those cubes, 2 of those soil, and then every other player gets 2 cubes and 2 soil. So from what I understand, and then this also going to be in the vein of Wingspan where you're going to be activating your cards of that color. So, so from what I understand, yeah, while you get way more stuff, it's not so much more stuff. It makes it where each of your actions that you're doing are helping other people also. So you're always getting stuff even when other people are doing stuff. And if you understand also, this is just where you're going to be putting stuff like your goals or your cards or whatnot. And then we got kind of the player aid type stuff down there, let you know the in-game scoring reminders and the resources. So, pretty cool. So there was that player board, and then this one. I'm assuming, oh, so they just put it art on the back because this is if you're doing Team 1 and Team 2. Because it says Team 1 here, Team 2 there. So if you got the team play, and then the other side can just be used for another person's player board. Probably the same thing here. Yep, player board. I'm assuming something for the solo or team play. Probably solo, I would assume, because you're going to need that other one for the team play, so you're going to need the other 4 boards. So it's probably going to have something to do with solo. And then this one's just double-sided, I think. I don't know. Because I just noticed that little flower there, so not sure, but double-sided. All right. Then we have the cardboard here, which I'm hoping a lot of this is replaced with wood, since this is the all-in deluxe, but got little green cubes, which I'm assuming are replaced by those cubes right there. We got some leaves, which I already saw is in the other bag, which we'll have some wood of. And I'm assuming this is a first player marker, which there's supposed to be one in that bag also. And then the main resource is supposed to be the soil, which I'm not sure if there's something there or not. If not, I might try to find something. This was something that just came out of that. Maybe that's the first player marker. So it showed one on this, and the other one showed one too, so I'm not sure. All right, we got a bunch of cards, which we won't stop on each card, but we'll flip through and try to show you a majority of the artwork from these cards. And we got some of these things, which I'll take a closer look at. This we're not really going to take a closer look at. It's just a bag of green cubes, wooden green cubes. And then, once again, something else we'll take a look at. Then we have score pads. Okay, we'll start out with these cards, because I noticed a little flower there. And you can just kind of see from what I understand. I'm not sure about the flower thing, but when we get to the other cards, I'll basically go through those. Sorry, I realized I was off camera, so I'm showing those again. These, as I noticed with the flower thing, so I'm not sure what's about that. These, I believe what the thing about them are is these are double-sided. I think these are the ones that start on your board, and you're going to start with some of these, but you get to choose which one, and this kind of gives you a goal to go for. So like, if you were dealt this card, you would choose before the game begins which one of these you want to work towards or score towards. So I'm assuming there's 4 different colored ones, so I'm assuming this is one of them. And then this is probably another one you'll have to make a choice of. And I'm going to show you most of these, but the big deck, we're just going to have to flip through quickly because there's a lot of cards in this game. And then this is the biggest one of them on the choices, so I'll just flip through some of them. But like you can see there, because from what I understand, the little leaf is the victory points, so it's saying 2 victory points for each flora with a cube on every leaf. I'm not sure about that. 5 victory points for every 2 of that color abilities. So, and these look like animals that you're going to be messing with. And I am going to go through all these just to show you all the animals, because it's what I like. Probably what I'll probably work on, because I like animals. So if there's all these cards and you're going to get dealt these and have to choose which one on back, and you can just see the replayability alone on what you're working on, because you may get this card and this card, and then, you know, you may choose in that, but then next time you get dealt them, you may have it in that order, or you may do it in that order, and then plus you got the other cards. So, I mean, you're really going to change up how you're going to be playing, because your goals will, in my opinion, change up quite drastically. And then, like I said, there's no way we could go through this whole deck, because you can see there's a lot of cards there. And the size of these cards, it looks to me like the mediums, if you're going by Fantasy Flight Green, are mediums. Or if you're going by Gamegenics, it's going to be lime green code also. And it should be, you would think I would remember these sizes. Sorry, I just realized I have a box over there of the mediums over on the other side of the room. 57 by 89 is the size you're going to be looking at. At least I think that's what it looks like to me without having an exact sleeve. Because the box I had was an empty box, because I had to get some more of them. But basically, yeah, you're looking at 57 by 89 mediums. And you can just see. Now, I'm going to stop here before we go through this. Well, no, we're doing cards. Let's just do cards. But you can see there's a lot of stuff here, because there's a lot of things you could score on. Like, this is saying what you're going to score the game, from what I understand, at least. This is the score you're going to get on the cards. But then there's going to be a way, there's going to be things you can add here, which is what some of the wooden bits were. And that's these things. Like, you can add them on there. Basically growing this kind of in the way of Takenoko. Is that right? The one where you're growing the bamboo shoots. And it shows the size here that you could grow it 3. So hence 1, 2, and then the topper. And then this will give you more victory points if you get it completely grown. And then I also understand there's ways to get cubes on here, which will be worth victory points. So there's supposed to be so many different ways you can score in this game. So like I said, there's no way I could go through all these cards, because this video will just be forever long and you'll get bored. But you can just see the artwork all over it and the stuff that you're going to be doing. There's mistletoe we saw, giant sequoia, panther cap mushrooms, vomiting Russia, Rusula. I was like, vomiting Russia, vomiting Rusula, a banana tree. And these seem to be types of plants, because they have like these kind of olive green. And I'm assuming the stuff that's going to trigger on those colors is going to be talking about this. Then we get, I'm assuming, terrain types. And from what I understand, it's supposed to be kind of like a Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, which is the card game of Terraforming Mars. Kind of meets Wingspan to a degree, in the vein of tons of cards, but Wingspan, the way everything will trigger. Oh, this type of like lava lakes and stuff, yeah. So, I don't know. Seems really cool. Anxious to see what it's all going to play out as. But yeah, you can see that was there's a ton of cards there, and I was flipping through those kind of 3 to 4 at a time, if not more. All right, next we're going to go into the little promo bag, which I think is the Kickstarter goodies. It's got some cards that we're going to go through. You can see it's got some scoring leaves, I'm assuming, for each color there. It's got some wooden soil. Of course, from what I understand, there's going to be so much soil. Well, nope, these all look like singles. So there's going to be so much soil, I'm assuming you're going to go through these. I might see about getting more of those. And then this is the first player marker, I'm assuming, because it said first player marker on the bag. So, and it's a wooden bit. And then these, I will go through each and every card, because that way you can see if you didn't get the Kickstarter, if you want to go out of your way to get the Kickstarter exclusives. Like I said, January, February. So there's probably a card for each month. And this is a different color, so I'm curious. April, May. And one thing I can talk about, I noticed on the cards also, is on the bottom they have, just like in Wingspan, where it's got a little bit of information on the bottom that's kind of cool. Like little bits of knowledge and whatnot. June. July. August. September. October. November. And December. And like I said, I noticed these are different colors than what the others are, so I don't know if this is just an extra scoring thing you can get dealt. Which I'm assuming yes. I don't know. And they don't really have an instruction thing on here, I didn't think. During setup, one card is placed face up next to the fauna board. It affects all players for the entire game. So, pretty cool. Alright. Well, I mean, I could have showed all cards, but like I said, I think the video would have been too long then. So, I'll leave it at that, and we'll get this to the table and see what's up. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.